Hello guys, this is an alternate video to show you how you can make your direct input controllers work with Pinball FX. And basically it should work for most games that are on Epic. There are a few that probably block this method, but I will show it anyway because it works with Pinball FX. So basically you need to go to this website www.xbox360ce.com. Download the 3.2 version, not the 4 version, but the 3.2 version, the 64-bit version. Then go to the folder where it's saved, right click the zip file and click unblock. Then open it. You can basically open it usually with double clicking, and then it will open in Explorer like so. You can copy it, and then you need to go to the games installation folder. Possibly with you it's in C, program files, Epic Games, and then Pinball FX, or C, program files, Pinball FX, I'm not sure. But with me it's located on a different drive, and here. And you need to go to this directory where the Pinball FX shipping file is, and copy that file there. Then you run that file, and it will say, yeah, I don't find this file. Should I create it? Yes, you should say create. And then it will ask you, yeah, I found your joystick. You have to make sure your joystick is connected and works using direct inputs. So you can disable search the internet, you do next, and you click finish. Sometimes it gives this error, misconfigured device, check KVDs. But what you can do then is click OK here and click reset here. Oh, sorry, clear. Clear. And then it's reset. And then basically, if it's still detected here, your joystick, you should see if you press any buttons on your joystick. Like with me, my old PlayStation 1 controller, you should see button input and which buttons it is. For example, if you don't know what the X button is and you press the X button, it will say here, ah yeah, it's button 3. For the O button, it will say, ah yeah, it's button 2. And then basically, you can go to the general tab and set up the controller. So like for the stick X-axis, you select the axis 1, and you test it. So yeah, it works. It was axis 1 because I'm pressing my left and right buttons. And the way you see it, it works is because this you see it here moving when you press left or right. And you can also see it if there is if it's red while holding the button or axis. So for the y-axis I need to do the same. It's probably axis 2. So let me check. I accepted it. But it's inverted. I see. So we need to invert axis, inverted, axis 2. So now when I press down, it's down. When I press up, it's up. Then for the right stick, I actually don't have a right stick on my controller here, as you can see, because it's an old PlayStation 1 controller. But you do need to set up the trigger buttons. So if you don't know which button is a trigger button, go back here to your joystick. It will show something different with you. Press the trigger button or the button you're seeking, or hold it, and here it will say button 5. Okay, so we know the L2 button is, or the trigger button is 5. So basically here we trigger, you say button 5. And when it's selected and you press it, ah yeah, it's triggered. Then you do the same for the bumper button. You hold the button you want to use. Ah yeah, it's button 7. And you select here buttons, button 7. And basically you do that for all buttons. So I will quickly do it now. So select button is button 10. And I will map that to back. So buttons, button 10. The start button is button 9. So I will map that to button 9. and then the right trigger is 6. I will map that to button 6. So probably the bumper button is button 8, yeah. So I will map that to button 8. So basically, if I test now, I have the left and right trigger bumper set and the left and right trigger, as well as select, which is back, and start. So now all we need to do is set up the D-pod, and you choose your D-pod if there are any, and you also select, let me see, yeah, the buttons. So button is button 1, 2, you need to check them, but I remember them from testing earlier. Oh no, I did something wrong. The A button is button 3. The B button is button 2. And the X button is button 4. And once you have set them up, you can always test them by pressing the buttons, and you see them lighting up. And you also see them here in green, which button it's currently assigned to, or which you are pressing. In theory, when you have a bigger controller than mine, you can also set up the D-pad stuff and the stick click and the right stick axis. But as I don't have them, I cannot do that. So basically I have now up, down, left, right, A, B, Y, X, left bumper, right bumper, left trigger, right trigger. Then you press save. And that's basically it. Now it's configured. And as you can see, I have no Steam running. You can check in my details. There is no Steam running. Let me check. No. Oh, there is a Steam example, or was it? Yeah, Steam CMD, but I will kill them, so you're sure. So nothing from Steam is running. And basically all you do now is just launch the games as usual. So you go to your Epic Games. And you launch the game, and your controller should work. So let me launch the game. And let me test the game. So as you can see, no Steam anywhere here. That's just a shortcut, but it's not running because there is no blue line below it. And my old PlayStation 1 controller will now work, and you do not require Steam to use this method. The only thing you need is the old version of Xbox 360 CE. So I'm waiting for the press any key. So I press any key. I can press the... Now let me load the menu, but... Just like before, I can press the bumper buttons to switch menus. I can press X to select a menu and go down, or select a table, and I can play a table.
My Little Pony Pinball.
Continue. And I can launch the ball, use my flippers, pause the game. So yeah, it's a simple method. Oh, I can nudge using my D-pad.
About this at all.
Well, it's not the D-pad, it's actually the axis, because I don't really have a D-pad, but the USB converter I use maps it as an axis. So I only have 4 directions of, well 8 actually, directions of nudging. So let me exit the table. Suppose you made a mistake in one of the setups that you did, or one of your buttons. You just quit the game. and you go back to the installation directory of no, I closed it already, so it was E with me. With you it's probably somewhere else. Games, Epic Games, Pinball FX binaries, where you place the Xbox 360 exe. You just run it again, and basically you can set up any further or make changes or test things out. And that's basically it. Oh, Xbox 360 CE works.